could use towards something.
It's already been earmarked to the,
Right now, anything that we sell right now, until we have the next town meeting, is automatically going to go to the garage.
right.
Public
Oh, okay.
works
All right, well,
That
that's a
parcel,
fair-
but we did that as a 1-year time span.
Okay, are we ready
That parcel
to
is
recommend, Bobby?
land owned, by
We don't care.
Yes.
It's the new owner's problem. Buyer we would? Well, look at things.
That's chimes.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We're almost ready. I thought-
Which do you want to read?
Hang on, we gotta wait for Bobby.
You all set?
All set?
Yep.
Good evening, welcome to the regular selectmen meeting. Today is January 31st, 2013. We're gonna open with an assessors meeting. Jim?
Good evening,
Evening, Jim.
ladies and gentlemen of the board. We only have 4 abatements before us this evening. And at the top of the agenda, please correct the 5 and 4. The first one is account 1810. I've gone at this particular assessment now. This will be the 3rd and final time. Overall, the assessment on this property went up, but I've had to back off after discussing this with Mr. Bigwood. It's really a seasonal property, even though I was unable to get inside it. Finally, stimulated by the supplement that I sent, he finally called me and we discussed it at length, this property, and I was able to then get a better picture of what it is. And, so I'm asking that you abate the 60224 back to him. It's a 2x4 dwelling. It's substandard, subquality. It doesn't have a central heating system, and but it's deceptive when you look at it from the outside. So until I was able to get him to tell me what's inside it and how it's put together, I was kind of guessing.
Right.
But it had been under assessed for some time. The overall net here is it's assessed fairly now and higher than it was. The next one, account 69. This was 2 parcels. It goes back many years. Split by a road out there in Jim's Head. And both of these parcels, it was put in farmland, but whoever put it in farmland didn't read the deed carefully enough and should have realized that the whole parcel is on one, both parcels are on one deed. So it's been carried as 2 parcels, you know, for like 40 years. And so, in reality here is these folks have paid more tax than they should have, but, you know, I assessed it consistent with other parcels that are on one deed as one unit of real estate. And it dropped the assessment, you know, quite a bit, because now instead of 2 sites, 2 house sites, there's only 1 house site associated with this piece of farmland. There's an old barn up on the upper keys,
Yes.
but there's not a house site up there, never has been. The house site's always been down by the shore.
Yep.
Okay, so the, I think it's map 1, lot 35 is going to disappear and be combined into map 1, lot 10. Until, you know, because it's all on one deed, and always was. I didn't know it until it was brought to my attention.
That piece of land, I think, has been in that situation for a long time.
Yes, it has been, and whoever did the original farm application back in 90 whatever, 94, should have picked up on that, but did not. So they didn't read the deed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
The next one, and there's another one I've been going around the mulberry bush on, and I finally got a clear picture of it because I had sent this fellow a supplement for this amount. And he called, and he was very nice, and then we talked, and I said, well, you know, I found an error in the shore frontage, And I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. And he said, well, you know, I don't have any land access to this
North
parcel.
Lubec?
Yeah.
Isn't he legal now?
And I said,
Never
you
had.
don't? And he goes, no. He said, I can't, I have no land access. And he has shorefront access. He can haul all the stuff in by sea and build a house out there. But he cannot force the butter under main law to give him land access. So he is landlocked.
Because he has sea access.
That's right.
So I had gone down this road with an attorney who owns land out there from Augusta, who contacted me and actually sent me the Supreme Court's decision on this back about 4 years ago, because I was arguing with him about it. He said, well, just go by your fax machine. And I got it in there, and the law supports this decision. So anyway, it needs to be, so I reassessed the whole thing in similar fashion to provide equity with the other property that's similarly situated, and that's the abatement. So, and then the last one, this one's down. I went down there, looked at this side, and it is leaning, and the front's been knocked out of it, and it's not worth a nickel. It's actually this dwelling or structure, if you will, it's uninhabitable. It's actually probably dragging the property value down.
South of that, though?
Karen,
Karen Place, well, I mean,
Karen Place,
yeah,
yeah.
I thought, yeah.
Great place,
Yeah.
right there on the right.
Yep.
You know, it's been open for a while, the raccoons got in there, it's rat infested, it's starting to fall down now.
Yeah.
Probably, I give it 18 months.
What color?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay, I know.
front ends out of it. It actually,
Fire department.
it's a candidate for the fire department
Yeah.
because it is a dangerous building now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I
the land.
by abating this, are they gonna do something with it? I mean, or just let it?
Well, I
sit
can't.
there?
I can't. I can't.
Forced.
I can't force them. I can't make that kind of a baseball card trade. I can't say, well, I'll give you an abatement if you tear it down, haul it off. I have to look at it and say, well, I had it assessed for $1,000, and that's because it had a roof, and it could be used for storage. Sometimes cheap, but you know. So I went down and looked at it again, and it really doesn't have a roof anymore.
Wow.
So,
Was that even worth your time
Yes.
for that abatement?
Sure.
sure.
For overcharging the system
and
stuff?
For that much money?
Sure.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's $19.50, but I mean, you know, it's like,
What's right is right.
But on the other hand, the Board of Selectmen can pursue it as a dangerous building.
That's
and
right.
demand that they
Yeah.
take it down or have a hearing
yeah,
on it.
which I am,
Would you,
I am
would you
composing a letter,
supply?
I am composing a dangerous building letter.
Very
I
good.
haven't finished that one yet. I've got another one in front of you tonight that we'll talk about
Can
for
you
the
also
junkyards, but
do
I'll be
one on
doing
this?
dangerous building letter. I've got one down, so, you know,
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna do one on lot 137.
sure, yeah,
Very
any of these, yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty much it. Any questions?
Any motion from all the
We
assessors? Make a motion, we adjourn the assessors meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, let's open the selectmen's meeting. And I will accept a, well, you have one more, Jim.
I had one other thing
Sorry.
I just wanted to bring in, but it's relevant to code enforcement, which
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
so we can
so
do
that
that
is
this week.
selectmen.
we can do that under the selectmen's.
Okay.
bill. If you care to, I would like to just quickly slip it in,
All right.
Sure.
if I could.
Can we entertain a motion to approve these?
Right, I will make a motion to approve the abatements of, the 5 abatements.
Four.
Of 4 abatements for, number 1810, number 69, number 1910, and number 137.
Second.
All in favor? Okay.
You're up, Jim.
Nope, I gotta sign.
Oh.
Try, he's almost on.
Yeah, we don't need to.
And as you're signing it, I'll just say that there probably will be one more of these this year. Perhaps only one more.
All right.
And it'll be a sizable one, but fairly sizable one. But I've got to go out and reassess the whole property.
Appreciate your vigilance.
It's going to take a while to do it. It's a large property out across the road.
Each one gets its own.
Yeah, blanket one.
Well, some towns they just put them all on one sheet and sign the bottom.
I like that.
No.
The following, but Lubec has never wanted, Lubec has always wanted one each.
We're looking at changing it.
I tried that.
What do you think?
I tried to make that sell 6 years ago, Justin. 5 in.
Well, I hadn't signed so much paperwork at that point.
I know. I tried to make
The
that sell
problem with the
Wait, wait.
blanket is if you
under the
don't,
former regime.
How do you send the blanket one to everybody who had an abatement?
well, it's not only
I
that,
have a
if
letter,
you
a
don't
separate letter that I
want to
sent
do
them.
all of the abatements, if you're not gonna approve all of them,
Right.
then.
If one gets cut out of the
That's
herd,
correct.
how do you handle that?
Right. We
Yeah.
had this discussion.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
About 7 years ago, I think now. Yeah, under the former regime. Okay. So we're in the selectmen's meeting now, right?
Mhm.
Yes, we are.
Are we sure?
We are.
What I've done is, this is a draft letter, form for a draft letter. And I'm just wanting you folks to read it, and if you have any suggestions, please get back to me. But this is going to be a letter that I'm going to be using for, it's a form letter, but I'll be able to personalize it, with their names and middle and, yeah, and this is a draft. So, it still needs to be red line proof. And, so let's take a look at it, and basically it's yeah. Here, anyway, it's the first notice of violation and of an enforcement of Town of Lubec's ordinance for unpermitted automobile graveyard and junkyards on your subject property or properties. And I plan on implementing 3 notices. Spaced however, whichever, over a 120-day period. And what I'm saying is that they'll get 3 notices. The first notice will be kind of like straightforward. You got junk in your yard, you got all these automobiles, please get them out. And here are the rules about that. And if you have any questions or need some help or want to discuss it, call me. And we'll talk about it. And I can explain the what, the why, the when, the where, and the how.
Will the 3 notices basically divide the subject properties within 120 days of this writing?
Pardon?
Will the 3 notices coincide with the line of information you have here that reads subject properties within 120 days of this writing, and not later than a date?
Yes.
So about like
Okay,
one every
all right.
month.
So every
In case I miss by a couple days, I'll just say not later than.
got it.
Okay, I mean, it's 125 days, okay, but not later than.
Okay.
Or, not later than.
Right.
So they have a date certain. And I give them that date. And if they want to do the math and it doesn't come out exactly 100, that might stimulate them to call me.
You never know. You never know what motivates some people.
Anyway.
I'm assuming these are gonna go registered,
The first one, no.
okay?
The second one, yeah. And the third one, yeah.
I would
There-
suggest both,
Right.
unregistered, regular mail, and a registered.
Both ways,
Yeah.
both ways. All right.
Yep.
I hadn't planned on sending this registered.
No,
Redundant?
no,
No,
because
it's not. Mm-mm.
if they will accept the unregistered, usually